Hello and welcome to the 5th episode of Madvillainy, my Ultimate Team series based around Jack Grealish. In the first game of this episode, very strong team here, special cards galore. A few you're not maybe used to seeing too often, like we do Corey or that Josh King. So it'll be interesting to see what they're up to. Sissoko as well, you don't see everywhere. The first highlight of the game goes to him. Sterling blitzes down the right, just too fast for my players, sticks a cross in and we get away with one. Kane's header, it's the post. But our turn to come forward now, Grealish on the left. He will be obviously more on the left now, as I can't really play that tactic to push him in centrally because Conor Hourihane would be pretty dodgy out left, but Iheanacho there with a blaze shot over. And his turn to come forward now. And yeah, Courtney House goes on holiday. Don't know why he decides to push further to the left, but luckily they're way over that shot. I thought I'd be 1-0 down there. Iheanacho now entering the box. Yeah, a nice bit of space, but does drag it wide. And I think, believe it or not, yeah, not a very entertaining half. I mean, it speaks volumes with my 0 shots on target and his 1. We've really not been up to much, either of us. He lumps one down the right now. Sterling crosses it first time on the volley. King gets his head to it, and luckily for us, it cracks the bar. We look beating all ends up there. But Mane now down the left again with a bit of pace. And I had to be 1-0 down there, and Kane starving headed defence. Goes wide for us, and again another bit of fortune. King now, again, are we not riding our luck here? That had to be a goal. And he comes again. Can't seem to hold on to the ball for love nor money at the moment. It's a short exchange. I think I've cut it out. Does get a shot away anyway, but Danny Ward's equal to it. Straight from the corner here. It decides to go short, and I don't think I'm in much trouble with where the cross was directed, but somehow meets it with an overhead kick, but the angle's always going to be too tight. He makes a terrible mistake there. Gets to play a ball through to Iheanacho, try to shift it onto his left. Whether that's a strong or not, I don't know, but that's where the space was. Try to take it with maybe had a bit more time, and he fires wide. And last bit of defending there, and the full-time whistle goes. So not much going on there. Very stale game. But I mean, it's not the worst that could have happened. Not too impressive. We defended well. Silver inclusions of Hamza Chowdhury, Tyron Mings showing what they're up to. Hamza especially was cutting out a lot in the midfield. But yeah, the stats, I mean, he had some shots, but a lot were wayward. So straight into the second game, no upgrade. And of course you see the Bergkamp there, it is something to be scared of. Defence, well, we know Milishaw's good for a low rating. Choice of Diego Carlos is odd, but can't fault a man's choices. And he comes down the right here. Pokes it through to Saul. Strong hands from Danny Ward to tip it over. And we break now via Nacho. Ball skills open up some space, gets to the Hourihane, and a terrible attempt at a finish. This shooting has been a bit lacklustre for me. Probably stuff that hasn't been highlight worthy, it's been that terrible. And I left this in because that absolute wonder strike does go out for a throw. Bergkamp now, you don't want to let him sit on the ball too much. And again, Courtney House is a bit too far away from the man he needs to be dealing with. Gives Witzel enough space to bang it far post from 1-0 down. Grealish down the left now, tries to work some space to square it, does get to the ball and does manage to square it, and Iheanacho's there waiting to stick it in the bottom corner and gets back on level terms just before half time. But also just for half time and from the kickoff. Why I decided to lunge in here, I don't know. And looking at that challenge, you can guess what happened. That is a red card for Jack Grealish. Shoot myself in the foot here. Again, the star man, I mean the man literally of the series, sent off. He's never going to do us many favours. Especially for upgrades. That's any sort of assists or goals for this match from here on out. Off the cards, half-time stats there. Relatively even he is edging things, but I never felt like I was getting dominated or anything. Now this, again, why I'm miles away, I don't know. Positionally, there's a mistake. I see Courtney House is nowhere near the situation whatsoever. He will be getting replaced as soon as I can. But yeah, actually trying to work some space here. A nice bit of open space on his left. Does square it to Traore. It's a smart choice. Don't call me sweaty. No Darwin puts it in the net. I don't really agree with Sweaty being bad things anyway. You watch Man City all the time, and that's just the goals they score. About half of Sterling's goals are that right there. A couple of Salah's and Salah? We all know fucking Salah, don't we? Salah and Mane's are the same. But he comes down the left now, and it's a poor attempt at a save for Danny Ward, but I do need to be cutting out of the danger earlier. And Lamar does put us a goal down. Try to make one last chance if I can. Gets out to Douglas Luiz, nice bit of, I mean, it was in the open space, a place where he'd want to run onto it and strike it, but Silva centre misfinishing hasn't done enough for us. He's missed, and the full-time whistle goes. So it is a loss. I don't want to be losing in these low divisions. I am a bit just straight up disappointed with myself. The red card's never going to help. But we do get an upgrade from that singular Grealish assist. That moves him on to 4, so 1 for every 2 assists. And I do, as I said, plan on moving from Courtney House, and I have. Picked up a man who's really shone this season. Purchased a couple, I think maybe only one season before, by Leicester, Sionchu. Really coming to his own this year, and I believe City have been linked to him and things like that. That just shows what he's been up to. The third and final game this episode, just a standard Serie A team. There's some strength in there for sure. The forwards are about as good as they get for money, besides maybe, well, the obvious Ronaldo. But the centre backs, so yeah, top quality there for normal cards anyway. First chance goes to him. Another strong save from Danny Ward. I mean, he's been one of the longest serving non-rare silvers. There's a reason for that, because he's really lived up to, I mean, I can't really say expectations. He didn't have any expectations. He's just a silver, but he's been playing well. Bit of open space there of Howard. Not as bad of a strike as earlier, but still not enough to beat the keeper. Now exchanging passes between Iheanacho and Howard. Managed to get the chip through ball, bring it down, and a nice finish, but the flag does go up. It's one of our first disallowed goals. We've had a few be disallowed for our opponents in these 5 episodes, but I think it might even be our first for us. But Iheanacho again now, nice slip ball to Howard, and that's a much better finish for him off the post and in. That's perfect, we could have asked it to be. He wants to show some love to the camera. I believe it is his first goal, so you can't blame him. Right in there. Maybe a bit too close, Connor, but can't blame him for being happy. And this guy comes for now. I think I've cleared the danger. It does get back to him again, and Danny Ward's again, another strong hand. He's had the odd moment, like the attempt to save in last game for Lamar's winner. Wasn't maybe good enough from him, but on the whole, saves like that have been rather common. Grealish opens up on the left. I do think I'm making it 2 goals to the good, and a Grealish goal for us, but it's a good save from Handanovic. And this guy does make a hash of his throw here, after a bit of a kerfuffle there in midfield. And even in defence, it gets Iheanacho, managed to open up some space, and the square's there for Grealish to get us a goal and what will be an upgrade at the end of the episode. And it moves on to half time, taking 2-0 to half time. We're always going to be happy with that. Look at the stats here. I mean, they do look even, but again, I didn't feel threatened at him, or by him, sorry, at all. And again, moving the ball quick here. Iheanacho and Grealish interchanging. Again, I think I'm making it another goal, but Handanovic in the way. Get the ball in the halfway line here. Chowdhury knocks it forward to Iheanacho, and a lovely Berber spin, open up space. And a solid finish on the left foot past Handanovic to the far post. But that's 3 goals up. And I do feel like I'm cruising, but for some reason I do just turn off the switch of caring. Shout out here, the switch of caring doesn't fucking exist. Horrible mistake in defence. Yeah, and he manages to chip it to the striker and volleys it in. Again, we come forward again, and I'm thinking I've got to score there. But what Iheanacho does with his feet, I do not know. And again, another horrible mistake in our own box this time. And I think the other one's in our own box as well, but can't miss from there, can he? Luckily, we hold on, no further mistakes. We get the 3-2 win. Not the prettiest of wins, I would have liked it to be clear. It was looking like it was going to be clear at one point, but yeah, the errors creeped in. But if the errors can creep in and you still win, you're not going to have too many complaints. Just make sure you cut them out in the future. If we look at the stats, they did end up being a bit more in our favour than half time was. Anyway, we've got 2 upgrades now. We move on, James Justin. He's been fine. Nothing to scream and shout about, but he's done his job. Move on to, I mean, Al Mohammedi's here for the culture. I wouldn't exactly call him good, but he's a vet of this league. He's been around for time for various teams. Just a bit funny at the end of the day. And at left wing back, we move on from Matt Target, who's made a lot of mistakes in West and got a foot manager I've been doing. And yeah, Ruben Vinagre, a lot more pace. Maybe not the greatest defender, but there's an asset there in one skill, and that is his speed. But anyway, the stats for Grealish slowed down a bit in this episode with a red card and that, but 19 and 4 is good from 15 games, and I mean most of those losses were in placement matches, but hopefully we can make that just increase the win percentage really. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode, and I'll see you next time.